Hello everyone, thanks for checking out this video about Star Wars Legion. This was originally recorded for my friends over at Gongai Games and is shared over on their channel. I did this as a thank you for them being just an awesome LGS. They're my LGS, they're where I get all of my product. Please check them out at www.gongai.com. And you can use code Commando10 at checkout for 10% off your purchase. It's good for all Dice Commando followers. Thanks for watching this video, and go Commando. Hello there, and welcome to our Getting Started with Star Wars Legion video series. In this 5-part video series, each about 10 minutes long, we're going to cover what you should know and how you can take your first steps into the great game that is Star Wars Legion.
For the rebellion! For Alderaan!
Incoming! I'm hit! Stormtrooper! Watch those blasters! Imperial officer, take him out! Sniper, get down! Defeat is unacceptable. Lord Vader will not be pleased. Kenobi, take him down! Get down! Battle droid, knock him down! Grenade! Grenade! We've got droidicas. Take out that destroyer droid. Watch those wrist rockets!
That's another one. Dead or alive, I get paid either way.
The Confederacy is in control of the command post. Incoming explosive! Take cover!
Darth Vader! Watch that lightsaber!
Hello there, and thanks for joining me today. My name is Andrew, and you might recognize me from around Gongai playing various games, or maybe from my YouTube channel, Dice Commando. If we haven't met yet, hopefully we will very, very soon. Now, if you found this video and actually clicked on it, then chances are that you're at least maybe kind of sorta interested in playing Star Wars Legion. I personally started playing Legion about a year ago, and my wife bought me a Clone Wars set for Christmas. I'd always kind of been looking at those games, but I'd always kind of been hesitant to take the plunge. But now I was in it for good. And I've loved it ever since. So now, you should know I'm a strictly casual player, just having fun, just getting started. As such, I'm not the right person to give you the most competitive list or some uber refined battle plan. It does, however, make me uniquely qualified to help you, the new player, or someone who just wants to enter the game casually, start off on the right foot. Additionally, I want to clarify that I'm not being compensated in any way by Gongai for making these videos for their channel. I'm simply making this to thank Gongai for how incredible and immensely helpful they've been as I've gone through my journey over the last year and helping me get into this game. We could not ask for a better LGS. Furthermore, my goal is to just help other people get into this and help grow the Legion community at our store. So in this 5-part series, we're going to, in about 10 minutes or less, look at how to get started in Legion. Today, we're going to talk the formats and purchase plans and in general, what you should know. In the following 4 videos, we're going to deep dive into each one of the factions so you can select which one you might want to play. So let's get into this. So before we get into this, let's make sure we touch on the golden rule, something that I fundamentally believe in and I know the folks over at Gongai do as well. The most important thing in gaming is, hey, we are here to have fun. It is a fun activity. If we're going through this and you want to play Leia, doesn't matter. She's not the most competitive. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. Doesn't matter. If you want to play Leia, go play Leia. If you want to play Boba Fett, you go play Boba Fett. If you want to play Darth Vader, you play Darth Vader, right? Do what makes you happy, what you're going to have a good time doing, because that's what we're all here for. So as we start to look at getting into Star Wars Legion, it's important to look at the different formats that you can play. First up, we have a skirmish game. This is 500 points and is played on a 3x3 battlefield. We then have a standard game, which is 800 points, played on a 6x3 battlefield. You can see in the layouts below that you still start about the same distance from your opponent, but there's a lot more battlefield to cover. Now, the advantages of the standard game is that's what the game was designed for, right? Was to be a standard game, 800 points, and it of course gives you a lot more flexibility in your list building. Skirmish games, however, are far more approachable to the new player, something that you can far more easily get into. So if we go into looking at the different requirements, you can very easily see that a skirmish game is much more approachable from just a purchase standpoint. You're only allowed one commander. In a standard game, you can actually have 2 commanders on the field if you want, right? You could run Han and Leia if you want, Luke and Han, whatever it may be. For operatives, you're allowed a maximum of 1 operative, but in a standard game, you can run 2 operatives. You, of course, are required to have more core units in a standard game, which actually, benefits the newer player as well, because you have to buy less stuff to get it on the table. And as far as special forces, supports, and heavy, standard game, and, in any case, you don't have to take them, but you're limited, you have a higher limit on the standard game versus the skirmish game. Now, I also want to briefly talk about Legion as a hobby game, right? What that means is that you're going to take these miniatures, put them together, and maybe you're going to paint them. Maybe, you know what? Maybe you have no interest in painting that. It is an exceedingly gratifying thing to see your guys go from sprues to get put together and customize your army. But you know what? If that's not something that you're interested, that's perfectly fine as well. I'll sit down and play a game with you even if your army's not painted, right? Don't let someone saying you have to have a painted army, don't let the hobby part intimidate you from getting into what is an otherwise great game. Again, you do what you want to do and what's going to make you happy. Alright, last up, where do I start? What do I play? Well, there are currently 4 factions in the game. There's the Galactic Empire, the Rebel Alliance, the Galactic Republic, and the Separatist Alliance, or the CIS. The Galactic Empire, aside from having big ol' bad Darth Vader, they really feature strong trooper units, they have many different tools, and they have many options for play. This is of course one of the original factions that was out in the game, so they have a little more stuff available right now. The scrappy Rebel Alliance is made up of a whole bunch of, on the whole, cheaper units. They tend to be a bit more defensive, and they are rather versatile. The Galactic Republic, or informally, the clones, have very strong core units, arguably some of the best in the game, but of course they cost a little more to get on the table. The clones work very well together with a whole bunch of synergy, and also you can lead your forces into battle with Jedi heroes. The CIS, or the Separatist Alliance, is actually a very interesting faction because there's kind of a dichotomy. They have very cheap units, but very big heroes. You can in turn generally form a pretty massive army on the table, and in turn, because the units are so cheap, you can also be relatively versatile. So that's all for today's intro video. Please join us for the next 4 videos as we go through each of the factions talking about purchase plans and kind of general strategy. See ya on the tables.